making a beer like old school double IPA, you got to keep it old school. Now that's a bucket of grain right there. You can tell I'm breathing hard. That was a lot of crushing. Whew. All right, let's get after it. Happy Homebrew Wednesday. It's a great week. It's a great week. I'm in a really good mood today. Not really sure why. Had a great day at work. I was fired up. I don't know why, but I was just fired up at work today. Had a brew day on Sunday morning, shortly before my beloved Redskins fell victim to the Green Bay Packers. So, Josh, I'll be looking for that consolation video. Actually, not consolation. Really consolation on my part. But I'll be looking for that beer review. You owe me a double IPA review, a celebratory double IPA beer review. So anyway, the Redskins went down, and good season, a lot to build on. Yeah. Oh, and it's occurred to me that I wear this sweater quite a bit. I got this thing in Homebrew Wednesday homecoming in Philadelphia, and it's comfortable. What can I say? I know I'm a Redskins fan, and I'm wearing a Philadelphia sweater, but it's comfortable. So I'll have to find me a comfortable Redskins sweatshirt to wear as well. So Sunday I brewed. What did I brew Sunday? Sunday I brewed a double IPA, old school, version 2. I replaced the piece of lint floating around there. I replaced some of the caramel malts with some Munich malt. I'd heard that that could kind of, if you want try a drier style double IPA, you can replace the caramel with Munich. I read that in like some I think it was in this past Zymergy magazine, or maybe Draft magazine. But it was the head brewer of Russian River, and he had his 5 tips for a IPA, and that was one of the ones he mentioned. So anyway, I tried that. We'll see how that turns out. You'll see videos here shortly where you see the initial percolation on the airlock, and then after overnight, it started bubbling within about 3.5 hours. After I pitched the yeast, and it's it hasn't went too crazy. I mean, it's a double IPA, so I expected it to I'll do some of the footage of the brew board so you can kind of see the details. What happened? I missed my original gravity a little bit. Maybe it's because I changed the caramel malt for the Munich malt. I don't know. We'll see. Exciting thing is I have another brew day coming up this Friday. My buddy from West Point's coming down, Dan the Man, and we're going to brew a, what are we doing? We're doing a, what's it called? It's a, it's not an Imperial. We're doing a Maris Otter. I call it Dean's Otterly Delicious smoked maple porter. So we'll have base malt will be Maris Otter, which I like Maris Otter, nice warm malty, grain. I did a lot of nut browns and porters and used Maris Otter, and it always turns out really well. So I'm using Maris Otter as the base. I think I have some Vienna Gold Pills I'm putting in there just because I kind of like what that malt does. I'm using 120 caramel. So, I took out, I did have some chocolate malt in there, I think. I think I had a little bit of black patent malt and I had some chocolate malt. I took those out because I wanted to see what, trying to reach the same color with caramel 120, see if that would give you a more, toffee caramel kind of flavor. Because I've tasted some porters where you don't really get the burnt kind of, real dark roasted flavor. It looks dark, but it's actually a lot, sweeter. So I'm trying to, without doing lactose. So anyway, we got that. Oh, and I'm going to put a buttload of maple syrup in there. My wife got me a 32-ounce bottle of pure maple syrup, and I was only going to use a pound, but I might throw the whole damn, 32 ounces in and see what happens. So I don't think you can go wrong using maple syrup because it gives you kind of a slight maple flavor and a slight maple aroma, but you don't get, it's not overly sweet because that sugar ferments out. So and I think if anything, it dries it out a little bit. But I love what maple syrup does to the nut browns and the porters that I've done. And I haven't brewed those in a while because I've been kind of on this double IPA kick. But anyway, I'm going to get back, cook some of these porters, try to get some that aren't so high gravity because the ones I did last year, like they would, 9%, 10%. And, I remember one beer, my uncle was drinking it and he was like, Mike, what's the ABV or what, is this thing strong? And I was like, no, I think it's like, 6%. It ended up being a 9.8 beer. He had 3 and he's a big man. He's like 6'7". He's as tall as Chewbacca. And he gets up and he's like stumbling around like, what the hell? How strong was this thing? So I'm going to try to do some that aren't so strong. What else? Dan, and I sorry if I butcher this wrong, DeSelitz sent me, he did a return send on beer. And this guy, he gets my beer mail. I sent him 2 or 3 brews in beer mail. He gets it, turns it around that night. I get this text from him. Hey, what's your address? I'm turning this thing right back around. So I got the beer mail today, Monday. I can't remember the exact day. I think it was last Wednesday. It got to him. He turns it around in like, less than a week. I mean, you're the man, Dan. Didn't have to do that, but I'm glad that you did because he sent some beers, and I'm going to enjoy doing the reviews on these. He sent me 3 really cool-looking beers, like a white stout, and a couple of other ones that are dark. I didn't really, read the labels yet to figure out what kind they are, but, very, very excited. And so the interesting thing about Dan is on this past SJ Pour challenge, Dan sent the clam and seaweed gosa, I believe. And that I think that was that might have been the first one that I did because I was excited to try it. I was like, man, seaweed and clams, this is cool. But what I didn't realize is what style of gosa is, and I've kind of, learned that gosa is not, my favorite beer style. So it wasn't fair to Dan, I don't think, when I did the review on his beer. Well, maybe it was. I mean, I don't know. You were supposed to review the beer regardless of what the beer style was. But, it wasn't my favorite thing. It was very interesting. It's, certainly kind of smelled like clams and, it had that briny kind of salty flavor to it. But I just didn't know what a gosa was supposed to be, and I don't think I particularly care for gosas. So I felt really bad about that review. I don't think I was mean or anything. I think I was, just a fair review. But I'm glad to get some more beers from him because that guy, I've seen beer mails he sent to other people with the beer caviar and the beer shots and all these crazy, and he in his last triple brew day, that thank God he did a brew day because his were very entertaining. If you haven't seen his brew day, go check out his channel. F it, let's brew it. Go check out his channel. He did a epic freaking triple brew day. But he's got this brew that he took some leaves, out in the front yard and put them in some kind of tincture and dumped that stuff in there in a brown ale. And so anyway, I think he's got a lot of creativity and a lot of skill, and I look forward to doing reviews for these beers. So Dan, be looking for these. These will be coming back at you. And thank you so much for the return beer mail, Sam. Other than that, I sent a note out to some of you guys. I know the National Homebrew Competition is coming up. We got like a little, clan of homebrewers. I met up with a bunch of you guys in Homebrew Wednesday Homecoming. I live pretty close to Baltimore, so I mean my house is a finite size, but I think it would be kind of cool for folks to come up, do a big brew day. Maybe I got my backyard. I got a pool, have the pool open. I'll do a beer in my system, or maybe I'll try to buy some. I have an old all grain system that I haven't used in a while. Maybe I'll drag that thing outside. But anyway, if anybody's interested, it'd be kind of cool. Again, I can't have thousands of people there or anything, but a couple of you guys would be kind of fun. And I know some of you live down in Virginia, close to me, so it would be kind of neat to do a big brew day as part of the National Homebrew Competition. Either we do it before the 9th, or maybe on that Sunday following NHC if we're not too hungover. But anyway, I plan on going to the NHC. I plan on doing some competition beers. I'm going to register next month in February. So throw that idea out there. I think it would be a blast. I would have a great time. I got to talk about this with my wife, because I have not included the boss in my plans yet, and she gets a vote. So anyway, that's all I have, folks. Look forward to seeing all your videos. I kind of got motivated by watching Under the Table, watching their Homebrew Wednesday, where they recounted all the beers they did. I counted up my videos. I lost January and February, so I think I did a beer at the end of February and it got posted in March. So counting that one forward, it was 25. I think I did, and then if you add probably 2 or 3 brews that I did in January or February. So I probably did, I don't know, anywhere from 26 to 28 beers last year, and that's respectable for my first year brewing. And the funny thing was, when I started homebrewing, I didn't even know what the hell extract brewing was. I didn't even know you could do that. I just, read a couple of books and started watching videos, and a lot of you guys, I watched your videos and did a lot of how-to on YouTube. And first beer I did was I think it was a porter. I think the first one I did was an all-grain porter, and it went pretty well, actually. So anyway, I'm rambling on now, but anyway, have yourself a happy homebrew and have a very happy Homebrew Wednesday.